Okay, so I'm going to be explaining how to create a mood board, and we're going to be using Pinterest. So make sure you've logged in and got a Pinterest account. If you haven't already got one, then make one. You need to be 13 to be able to have one. So here is an example of a mood board. Now you would have done a mind map, like you see, similar to what you've got on the left, but see my other video for how to do that. But on the right hand side here, where you've just got a collection of different pictures, some just photos, some maybe drawings, paintings, things that you might want to actually do in your project. That's what we're going for. So you have one page of mind map and one page of a mood board with lots of different pictures. Now, a lot of people go wrong because they will literally just take the topic messages, for example, and then they will just type in messages. So if I'm on Pinterest now, I just type in messages. This is what you're going to get. So I've literally just got a load of pictures of, just like text messages and stuff. And that's not, they're not very arty pictures, and you couldn't just have a mood board of that because it's not very interesting. It's not very arty, and so that's what you need to type in. So that's why your mind map is handy, because you would have come up with your own stuff from that. So I've created a mood board here. So if you follow me on Pinterest, me and Miss Lane have both created this board, messages, coursework, for your project. So you could get some ideas from here. So you can pin anything on here. So if you like that idea of looking at social media and stuff, you could obviously go on our pins and you can save, you can click on them. And then if you scroll down from that, so if you think I quite like that one, then scroll down and it might give you similar ideas. So maybe like this, maybe like this idea of like illustrating how people are suffocating themselves with social media or something like that, and you want to get this message across. Maybe like this, where people are just absorbed into their phones, and you like that kind of idea. You can obviously pin stuff from what we've got. So you'd pin by saving it. I've obviously got this one saved, but you could choose from, I've got like a million boards, but if you maybe have one just called art or whatever you want to call it, maybe art messages, then you could do that. So if I did like that idea of social media, I might type in social media art and see what it comes up with. You might like the idea of, even if it's not necessarily like a painting or something, you might think, oh, I like this idea of, I don't know, tattoos on people's skin or something like that, or work like Facebook and social media things coming out of people's mouths or something. You could pin something like that. It doesn't mean you're going to be copying any of these things, but you might want to take inspiration from it. So I've had a student previously do something like this, and we do in school have paper where you can print onto stuff, and you can literally like get a transfer onto your skin and photograph, and then you could paint from that. That would be nice. So yeah, anything like that. Again, this is not very arty, so you might change it up a little bit. You might go art drawing or art illustration if you want to be really specific about what you're actually trying to create. But this might not be your style. Illustration is going to be a little bit more graphicsy, so let's see what if I type in art drawing. I might come up with some different stuff there. Maybe I think, I'm including faces a lot, and I'm not really liking the style of any of these faces, so maybe I scrap the social media idea. I still want to do that as my main idea, but I might go in portrait artist, but I think I want something colourful, so I'm going to put in portrait artist colourful and see what comes up. And then of course you've got things that don't necessarily link to social media, but you just might like this idea, like maybe you really like this look here, and maybe you're really into sewing and textiles, and you want to have something like this in your work into photos. Maybe you don't particularly like drawing, but you think, I really want to sew into photos. Could you then sew in Facebook logos, Twitter logos, Snapchat logos, and things like that? So you could pin that idea and have that on your mood board, because that is going to remind you later on, oh yeah, I want to sew into photos. So it doesn't matter if it doesn't look directly like it's linking to your theme. You're just showing the kind of vibe that you want to get from your project. and just give a sort of mood of what you're going for, because messages is going to be interpreted in a million different ways. And you're kind of looking for a particular style. Maybe you'd post something like this, pin something like this, because it might remind you of sort of glitches and stuff in technology. Maybe people are kind of like being absorbed into their phones or something like that. So you might type in something like that. So really don't type in messages. Again, if you're going to go down a different route and have maybe environment, don't just go environment and click that and then expect something good to turn up. Okay, it might do, but you might also have, Pinterest isn't just for art, it's got a lot of other posters, it's got a lot of graphics and things on which might not relate to what you're doing. So maybe you simply want to go turtle painting or something, or even just animal painting, and you might get a style that you like of painting. You might get an idea that you want to do this thing with turtles and plastic or something like that, and you might want to pin things like this. There are lots of things on animals. So really think outside the box, use your mind map, and come up with an original idea, and lots of different ideas, but really get a style. You might pin a lot of things at first, so you might pin something like 50 pictures of loads of different things you like, but then on your mood board you might actually stick on about 20 of them or something, and really hone in on what exactly